Hello, AP Studio artists. So this is a quick YouTube video to discuss the summer work that you were responsible for completing prior to coming back for the 2021-22 school year, which just seems impossible to think about. So summer work's main priority is to keep you in good practice of art making and art thinking. It is not about learning new techniques. It's not about overwhelming you with work this summer. It's just to keep you in good practice. So for many of you, you're probably already doing that naturally, I would hope. But if you're not, this is just sort of a friendly reminder. Hey, I need you to stay in good art practice, and I need you to do some art thinking and art investigating and thinking about what you'd want to do for your AP Studio Art portfolio in the fall. So in front of you right now on the screen, and hopefully you got a copy of this handout from me either in Honors Art 3 last spring, or you can access a copy from your guidance counselor. They have access to this, is a handout that I gave you, and it has three parts, three segments. So I'm going to very briefly touch on them, but of course you want to read them carefully. So when school returns in the fall, you will have three assignments due within the first week of school. I would not make them due on the first day of school, but by the end of the first full week of school, these three assignments will be done. Number one, you're going to do some art making. Big surprise. You're going to choose from one of the two options, option A, or excuse me, three options, option A, option B, and option C. And again, you can read all of them. One of them is to do 15 little mini sketches in your sketch journal. One of them is to think about how an object changes over time, the evolution of that object, and actually draw it as it evolves. So it could be something as simple as a piece of candy and as it opens out of the wrapper, an apple as it's eaten. It could be just your dog as he or she changes like poses in different moods that your dog's in. So just be creative in thinking about what that time lapse could look like. And obviously that would be an example. Those would all be examples you use. And option C is one word is worth 1,000 pictures. Well, not literally, but you're going to see on the second page a list of describing words. Pick one of those describing words. So words like tension, daydream, desire, friendship, anxiety. And your job is to create multiple images from your imagination and a combination of observation that reflect that one word. So put the word in the middle of 2-page spread of your sketchbook and then develop um, 15 sketches minimum. You'll see that in the requirements, 15 sketches minimum of things that relate, in your opinion, to that word or that concept. So that'll get you thinking about perhaps your AP Studio Art drawing concentration or SI statements, and we'll talk more about that in the fall. So those are the three art making options. The second requirement, and again, remember that from the option one, you're only choosing one item. In section 2, you're expected to go to a museum. Now, you could physically go to a museum, and I've listed a few of our local favorites: the Canton Museum of Art, Akron Art Museum, Cleveland Museum of Art, Cleveland Contemporary Museum of Art, all great resources, fantastic places. But if you go to Pittsburgh, there are some, and you could look on maps. You can email me over the summer and say, hey, Mr. Triner, what do you think of this? But I put my trust in you. If you want to physically go to a place, here are some options to go to. However, if you can't get out and you only have the option of doing a virtual visit, there is a great link. You'll see it here listed in the handout that allows you to make some virtual visits. I've also got some of those pulled up. So it's the website is called, you can see it here, 10 museums you can explore right now through Google Maps. They've done a fantastic job. There are things such as the British Museum of Art in London, the Guggenheim in New York, and so on and so forth. So click on one of those, take a tour of the museum of your choice, and then your job is to capture, either the screen capture or take a photo of one work of art that really inspired you from that museum visit. What work of art did you, wow, that just really inspires me. There are no rules to the choice you make, but just choose one that you think so. And I want you to do a little tiny mini sketch of it, an informal sketch of it. And then will you do me a favor and make sure that you write a little bit about it? So it says in the handout, take one photo and sketch with a sketch in there and consider why you were drawn to it. What is it that drew you to that work? And answer these questions on the same page. Why did you choose that one? Why did you not what what is it about this work of art that you were drawn to? What do you not like? Not sure where to go? Here are some places that you can go. So those are the ideas, is answer some questions literally about the piece that you were drawn to. Why do you love it? Why are you so passionate about it? And then section 3 asks you to go to the AP Studio Art website. So again, there is a link to it. It's called apcentralcollegeboard.com. And again, I'm opened up here. So let me go to it. So you're going to go to a page that looks something like this. And you're going to click on the top header. There's a white header there that says AP Courses and Exams. So you're going to go to AP Courses and Exams, and you're going to get a list. You're going to go down to Arts, and the first one under Arts is AP Art and Design Program. Now, it's a little misleading because our course is called AP Studio Art Drawing. So in the AP world, which we'll talk a lot more about in the fall, there are 3 areas under AP Studio Art. If you are doing drawing, that does not mean that in the fall, that's all you can do is paper and pencil. Drawing simply focuses on the mark making that you create from whatever tool you use. So if it's painting, if it's printmaking, if it is traditional drawing with charcoal, maybe it's traditional drawing with graphite, maybe it is collage with a drawing over top of it. All of that focuses on mark making, the marks the artist put, the path that they use to create the work. If you do AP Art and Design, it generally falls more into digital work, photography, maybe collaging and then photography. So it isn't so much about the art making, mark making, excuse me. It's more about the idea of design elements, the elements and principles of design, and generally kind of walks its way a little bit away from the more traditional style of artwork. Our 3D is obviously sculpture. So that might be ceramics, clay, it could be, contemporary sculpture. So generally we work in the AP drawing portfolio field. So that's the one you'd want to click on. So you're going to click on that, and you're actually going to see an overview. So you'll see a description of what it's like. You'll see some sample portfolios. For me, as a visual person, the easiest way is to actually look at the different portfolios. So there are 3 sections in every portfolio. You will complete 3 sections. So there's the SI, or Sustained Investigation, that area or topic that you want to investigate over the course of this 1 year that you're investing in AP Art. There is the Selected Works, where you're picking your absolute best 5. And then there is the Sustained Investigation Written Response. So think of it this way. The sustained investigation needs to have, when you're all done, about 15 photos. Not about, but I must have 15 photos. Those 15 photos are if someone came and visited your art studio and saw your work in progress. Some things complete, some things in progress, some things almost finished, but your research notes that you kept in a sketchbook, that's your SI. Those are 15 photos. Your selected work is as if you were having your senior show, your best 5. You're ready to hang them on a wall, hang them up, display them today. So you want to look at those sections, the sustained investigation, and look at the sample works. And I would look also at the commentary. So if you look at, says, drawing selected works with scoring commentaries and drawing sustained investigation with scoring commentaries, that means you actually get feedback from the person that graded these portfolios and tells you a little bit about why they got the score they got. A score, obviously, the goal is a 5, the highest score you can receive, the low score being a 1. Anything from a 3 or above is considered passing. So you can see on there how that person got rated based on the evaluators that looked at their work. So that's it. Your job is to look at those 3 sections of the summer work. I'm going to click back here to the Word document. And when you scroll through and look at that AP Studio Art, that reflection, that website, I just want you to write a 1-page reflection. You should type it in Google Docs, a 1-page reflection of what you think is required. Were you amazed by it, surprised by it? Were you surprised by some of the scoring? What was it that your thoughts? What are your thoughts? And then look at the bottom there. It also says include 3 to 5 personal goals of what you are setting for yourself this coming year. So what are 3 to 5 goals you want to set for your own art making after you see what others have made in the AP College Board portfolio samples? So those are the 3 sections. Make sure that you read them over carefully. You are more than welcome to email me this summer if you have any questions. You can get a hold of your guidance counselor to also make sure you get a copy of this handout if you don't have access to it currently, but you were given a copy in the spring. So hopefully that helps. And as always, email me if you have any questions.